video is going to be a little bit different from my normal videos. I wanted to really film something today, so I thought that I would just film a sort of sit down, talking, almost educational type of video. Today I'm going to be sharing my favorite staple drugstore products that I feel like everybody should just try out. I noticed that I have a lot of products from the drugstore that I absolutely go to all the time so much, and they are definitely products that I feel like work almost as good as high-end things that you should definitely try out because they're so cheap, so why not try them out, and they're really good quality. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm just gonna kind of like walk through some of my favorite drugstore face and eyes and powders and stuff like that. So just stay tuned if you guys are interested. So let's jump in. First drugstore product that I want to share with you is something that I feel like is so important to every makeup look. I feel like every makeup look needs a very good foundation or base to their face, and this is the one drugstore foundation that I always find myself going back to that I feel is better than any other, and that is the Revlon Color Stay. This is a foundation that you can't go wrong with in your collection because it's just such a great foundation. They have such a wide color selection. It gives you a flawless base. It's not too matte, but it stays on all day. It's very long wearing and it's just absolutely perfect. It gives you a perfect finish, and I do have it on my face now. So this is just a foundation that I feel like everybody should try out because it's so affordable. It's like $10, and I like it better than some high-end foundation. Another foundation that I would highly recommend, also by Revlon, is the Revlon Photo Ready Foundation. And this is a foundation I recommend for when you are going to take pictures or going out because it's a photo ready foundation. And I just found whenever I wear this foundation, it looks absolutely flawless in pictures. It is not as long wearing as the Revlon Color Stay, but it is still an excellent foundation that I use all the time and that I love. The most important part to any makeup look is definitely your concealer because this is on your face and you want it to look flawless. It's so hard to find concealers from the drugstore that don't crease. So these are concealers that seriously barely crease or don't even crease at all. They go on flawlessly and have a beautiful finish, and I find are better than some high-end concealers. The first concealer that I want to share with you that seriously doesn't crease at all is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I use this for under my eyes, and it actually comes with like a round applicator tip, but I take that off because I find that if I use it like this, I go through the product a lot slower than when it all gets absorbed in that sponge. Anyways, this concealer is perfect for the under eye area. It gives you that perfect flawless canvas. It doesn't crease because it is an instant age rewind concealer, so it is made not to settle into wrinkles or anything like that. And it's perfect. This is like $7 from Walmart, and I feel like everybody should have it in their collection just because it's so amazing. The next concealer that is seriously beyond affordable is literally like $5 at Walmart, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I again use this for under my eyes. You can get a darker color for on pimples and stuff just because it is very full coverage concealer. This is by far the creamiest concealer ever, and it gives you like the perfect just finish. I love this stuff. The only thing with this concealer is that it does crease a tiny bit, but if you set it with a powder right away, it seriously creases very minimally, and it just gives you such a beautiful finish that it's definitely worth trying out, especially for the price. The next concealer that I recommend from the drugstore, and it is like my holy grail concealer for literally any time of the year, and that will be the Garnier Skin Renewal Anti-Dark Circle Roll-On Concealer. This stuff is amazing. This doesn't crease. It's such a sort of thin consistency that it doesn't really settle into like fine lines. Although it is very light, it does give you a nice coverage. It's not as high coverage as the Instant Age Rewind, but it's definitely perfect for those days when you're gonna be outside or when you don't want cakey makeup, but you just want to lightly go over those dark circles. Perfect. Another very important part of any makeup look is definitely your powder. So you want to make sure you set your concealer and foundation in place so that it doesn't move or go anywhere, but it's so annoying when you have like a powder that cakes up a lot or that just doesn't stay on all day. And the powder that I recommend above any powder, honestly, that I've tried out, I've always gone back to this one, and that is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. This is in the shade Transparent, and I would definitely recommend picking up this powder because it is so affordable. This powder is literally I believe like $3.47 from my Walmart, the place where I always get it from. And I love this stuff. It literally gives you that perfect flawless canvas. And me, I have oily skin, so it's perfect since it is a matte finish. Another great powder from the drugstore that is great to try out if you want like a loose powder finish instead of a pressed powder is definitely the Revlon Photo Ready Powder. I don't have it with me right now, but I will insert a picture or maybe a little clip of it here. That powder I love as well. It does have little like shimmery reflexes in it, but it doesn't show up on your skin, and it gives you a perfect glowy finish. I love using that powder for when I will be taking pictures or stuff like that, just because I love the finish of it in there, and it's just, I love it. For some reason, I feel like Revlon never goes wrong with base products. Like, I always get disappointed with other drugstore brands' base products, but Revlon always does me so well. Like, God bless Revlon. So this is a little bit backwards because I feel like this is what I should have mentioned first before you put on all your face products. The one primer that like works on me, period, because I've tried high-end primers that don't work at all. This is the one primer that I feel like truly primes your skin and truly helps the longevity of your foundation. Only primer. That is the Neutrogena Shine Control Primer with rice paper complex in it. It is a matte finish, so this is definitely for people with oily skin. If you have dry skin, Gina also has a primer for people with dry skin that gives you a more dewy finish. I'm not sure how that works as far as longevity, because me personally with oily skin, if I use that, I just don't feel like it'll make my foundation last as long. But this primer definitely keeps your foundation on all day. I used to use the Benefit for Pore Professional Primer. For some reason, it just made it worse. Like, it made my foundation like smear everywhere. I don't know, maybe it was just my skin. But this stuff seriously worked so great. And with this, I like mixing it in with the Professional just because I like the Professional to go over my pores, like cover them. But then I'll go over with this just so that it kind of sucks in all my oils and then just helps my foundation blend on smoother and last even longer. I cannot say enough good things about this primer. I love it more than anything just because it's the only primer. The next drugstore product that I feel like is so amazing and that I feel like everybody should try out just because it is seriously so affordable. Why bother with high end when you can try out this for $3? And this is the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit. This stuff is only $3 and this is what I use for my brows almost every day. I seriously love this stuff. I've tried out other brow products. I just don't ever like them the same way that I like this. I mentioned this in one of my favorites video a while ago, and I just find that this product is perfect because the brow powder is super creamy, so it just glides on your brows and blends beautifully. And then the thing that's great about this is that it also comes with a brow gel to sort of set your brows in place. So if you're looking for a good drugstore brow kit, I would definitely recommend trying out this. And another great thing about this is because the drugstore does have a lot of brow pencils, but I feel like powders will give you a much more natural looking finish. So it is always great to try a brow powder. Not to mention, I don't feel like there are many drugstore brow powders out there, and the fact that this is one of them and that it's so amazing just makes it more amazing. As far as contouring goes for drugstore products, some of my favorite cream contour to use from the drugstore is this True Blend CoverGirl Stick, and this is in the shade D57. This stuff is so creamy and it's so cheap. L'Oreal does have one, and I have used it before, but I do like the CoverGirl one a little bit more just because it is a little more creamy, and it's just so pigmented, it glides on so smooth, and it's so easy to blend out. So I feel like if you're looking for a good contour shade, I would definitely recommend the CoverGirl True Blend Stick. As far as contouring powder or bronzer, the one that I feel like everybody should try out from the drugstore is the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer, and this is in the shade Sunny. It's a nice matte bronzer, and it's very smooth and just easy to blend out. And this is only $2.87, so like I said, you can't go wrong with this. You might as well try it out if you want to try a great drugstore bronzer. Some great drugstore blushes to try out are the Milani Bake Blushes. They look like this. I have about two or three. Two of them that I have with me right now are Coralina, which I feel like is great for the summer, and then, or the warmer months, and then I have Rose d'Aura, which I feel like is great for the colder months. And they are just such gorgeous blushes with such great pigment and color payoff. And I just feel like they look just as gorgeous as some high-end blushes, and they just go on super smoothly and give your face a nice, beautiful glow. They also do have matte Milani blushes that you guys should try out if you don't like too much shimmer on your face. But I just feel like these are great blushes from the drugstore, and they have so many colors, so I feel like everybody should try them out. I have two go-to eyeshadows from the drugstore or eyeshadow products that I feel like everybody should try out from the drugstore because the first drugstore eyeshadow that I feel like everybody should try out is the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. I feel like everybody should try out all of these just because they are seriously that amazing. But the one shade that I feel like everybody and their mother should pick up because it looks great on everybody is the shade Amber Rush by L'Oreal. And it is by far the most gorgeous eyeshadow you will ever see in your life. Do you guys see that? Do you see that? It has amazing payoff. Are you guys witnessing this? How pigmented that is? It's amazing. These eyeshadows are so buttery and go on so smoothly, and I feel like they are just as good as high-end anything because they are so amazing. I get mine for like $7 and they last so long. The great things about these eyeshadows is that you can also use them as highlighters. So I do have one in the shade Ice Latte that looks like this. It looks like this. And it is very similar to the MAC Soft and Gentle Skin Finish. And you can definitely use this on your cheeks as a highlight as well as a highlight in the inner corner or on your brow bone. I feel like these two shades in general are shades that you should try out just because they're so neutral and you will use them all the time. Like I use these shades 24/7. Some great quads to try out from the drugstore are the Maybelline Eye Studio quads. They look like this, and they usually come with a highlight shade and a crease shade and then some lid shades. The great thing about these quads is that they are so pigmented and they give you such great color payoff. They look gorgeous on the eyes, and you can create so many different looks with these. So if you are going to the drugstore and you're looking for good eyeshadows, I would definitely recommend trying these Maybelline Eye Studio quads because they are worth the money. I have bought quads from the drugstore before, and absolutely it was like not worth the money just because they gave no color, they had no payoff. It was horrible. Some go-to drugstore eyeliners that you need to have in your life just because they are amazing and they might as well be high-end. Like I don't know, they should be selling these at Sephora because they're that amazing. Well, at least this one is. And it is the L'Oreal Infallible Gel Liner. What I noticed is that I love Revlon for face products, and L'Oreal goes freaking amazing on eye products. Like they don't go wrong with eye products. Just the Infallible collection in general, like they just have amazing stuff. This gel liner literally is so pigmented, it guides on so smoothly, and it helps you create the like perfect wing. It's just amazing. It looks like this inside, super black. I love it. Another great eyeliner to try out that is super cheap is the NYC Liquid Liner. This stuff is like $2. Yeah, it's literally like $2. And it's so pigmented, it's so nice. It comes with like a fine little applicator like this. It makes it very easy to create a wing. Very pigmented, very black. I love this stuff. I feel like everybody should try it out just because it's so cheap, so why not? My two holy grail drugstore mascaras are, you ready for this? The L'Oreal Telescopic, which I'm pretty sure you guys have seen in almost all of my videos. It looks like this, and it comes with a very fine applicator like this. So it literally like combs all of your lashes and picks them all up and makes your lashes super long. And then another great mascara from the drugstore that is seriously so affordable. It's like $3 from my Walgreens. And it is the Jordana Best Extreme Lash Mascara. Whenever I have a little extra time to apply my mascara, I usually will apply this one and then go in with my L'Oreal Telescopic as well to make it even longer. This mascara just makes your eyelashes super full, super long, and this really will make it look like you're wearing falsies. It's amazing, and the fact that this stuff is so cheap is just like mind-boggling. Like, it's like, why is this even happening? Like, is this even real? Is this even legal? My favorite drugstore lip products that I feel like everybody should try out just because they're $2. You cannot go wrong with lip products that are $2. These are the e.l.f. Jumbo Gloss Sticks. They look like this. This is in the shade In the Nude. And it looks like this, and it is seriously like the perfect nude shade. I'm wearing this on my lips now. It gives you seriously the perfect amount of pigment on your lip, and it also gives you a nice like gloss to it. So it's literally like a lipstick and gloss in one. I use every day over summer just because it's like that perfect summery shade. It's gorgeous, I love it. You can't go wrong. Look at these beautiful cheap lippies. The drugstore gloss that I feel like you need in your life is the NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Tiramisu, and I seriously just feel like this is amazing. These glosses are so pigmented, and they're literally like $5. I'll swatch it right here for you. You guys see how pigmented that is? It's out of this world. I usually wear the e.l.f. in the Nude paired with this shade, and these are just a great drugstore lip combo. Another great drugstore lip product or lip line of products are the Maybelline Color Sensational and also the Maybelline Vivids collection lipsticks. This one that I'm holding right now is the one in Stormy Sahara. These lipsticks are perfect. They are very shiny and give your lips like a lot of moisture as well as a lot of pigment. This is by far like my favorite formula of lipstick. They go on so smoothly. They have such a wide color selection. This is by far my favorite nude shade from the drugstore, and it's this shade Stormy Sahara. And Maybelline just knew what they were doing when they decided to come out with their products. The last drugstore product that I highly recommend for anybody, and this kind of went out of order. This is actually an eyeliner, but it is the Rimmel eyeliner in Nude. This is something that I feel like everybody should have in their collection because it's so hard to find nude pencils from the drugstore, and this one's just perfect. It goes like super smooth. I feel like honestly you could use this as a concealer. Like I'm gonna try that one day. Just kidding. This stuff is seriously so affordable and so great. It really brightens up your eye area and just better than that typical black shade. These Rimmel eyeliners in general, I also have one in black in my eyes right now. They seriously last all day. They are the most pigmented eyeliners that I've ever used from the drugstore as far as like being in the waterline. And I feel like everybody should try them out just because they're so affordable and they're amazing, truly amazing. Alright, so that wraps it up for my drugstore must-haves. I hope this video isn't too long, and if it is, I do apologize in advance, but I really hope that this helped you out for the next time you are on your way into the drugstore or just in general looking for good makeup that is affordable. I hope that this can help you out in some way, shape, or form because I just thought that I would share this with you just because these are products that I truly love and that I feel like are so affordable. And also I just feel like here on YouTube you hear so much about all these high-end products all the time, but nobody ever really sits there and really goes in depth or really gives these products enough recognition because they are truly amazing. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day. And also don't forget to leave me comments down below of your favorite drugstore products that you must have and that you can't go without. I would love to hear them and hear new suggestions. That way the next time I'm at the drugstore, you guys can help me out. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a nice thumbs up and I will see you all soon. Bye.